What's up, everybody? It's CJ from Handigraphs, and I'm going to walk you through our new Game Center feature and just show you how you can be able to use this to be able to find some bets as well as dive deeper into some different game stats. So, when you first log in, the Game Center is the first tab that you're going to see right up here. You can access it at any time if you go and you click the different tabs, so you can see boop, right here in the Game Center, and it's going to have a list of all of the day's games. So you'll see today we've got 8 games, it looks like, for New Year's Day. And for each of the games, you'll have a little bit of like a card or a summary. So this summary is going to take a number of different metrics that we give over to one of the different models we're using that gives a summary based on what we think matters the most coming into the game. And what that will also do is it'll generate an icon. So you can see like the little flame for Tampa Bay, Montreal, and you can see the snow icon here for Washington. What that means is it just is essentially saying this team is top 10 in goals scored and goals allowed in their last 10 games, or this team is bottom 10 in goals scored and goals allowed. So it's not tracking how they're actually, like winning or, where they are in the standings. It's just saying, look, these guys offensively and defensively in their last 10 games have been top third of the league. So they're coming in and they're playing quite well. If you don't see an icon next to it, that's fine. That just means the team is relatively stable or they're not top 10 in both or bottom 10 in both of those metrics. All of the odds that you'll see on the screen, these are updated throughout the day. These come from Bet Online. So you can get the money line, you can get the puck line, and the total. Those do stop populating once the game starts, so you won't be able to use this for live odds, but it is a good way to kind of give you some context of what the general market thinks, and BetOnline is a great sort of reference point to use. So I'm going to dive into one of these games here. So we'll go into this Utah and New York Islanders game, and I'm going to click into this, and you'll see that what Game Center does is it has sort of a summary view of the splits we think probably matter the most, or the ones that I know Adam and I would look at probably coming into the game first. So the goalies, you see David Rittich versus Vitek Vanacek here. You've got team stats that are going to look at their last 5, their last 10, and then it also looks at, is that team playing on the road? What's their splits for that? Is that team playing at home? What are their splits for that? So you can see in this game actually that it looks like the Islanders, they've been okay. Shots on goal allowed, 29. And we also do bring in the conditional highlighting that we have for the other tables. So this was respecting the same ranking that you would see if you go into the team's table. In fact, if you click dive deeper, you'll actually see right here that, so we're in the bottom 50%, but that's about a little bit below average. But you click that, you can it'll have a pre-filtered view of those teams, and then you can obviously go and play around with any of the stats from there. I'll come back, open up that card again. And then we have a section here for skater leaders that's going to show you the skaters. This is ordered by points. So the skaters who have had the most points in their last 10 and last 5, as well as some additional metrics that you can see right there. Skater matchup splits, you'll see if they are playing, if the team that they're playing qualifies for one of these categories, that's what's going to show up here. So Utah, bottom 10 by points. They are a top 10 defense, and they are top 10 in shots on goal allowed. So then we just see which of these players play really well. So we're looking more with a specific focus on, I would say, overs for these, right? If you want to go look for unders, obviously just go up here, go to dive deeper, and then you can obviously play around through there. But the Game Center, I would say, like the splits are a little bit more focused on who are you going to be betting for potentially overs in these categories, because that's what it's sorting by through here. Okay. Excuse me. So you've got the different AI insights that will come in through here, and this will give you, again, that same summary that you saw on the card. You'll see each of these has a different insight. So you'll have usually 2 or 3 that the model will come back with. And this is just looking at some of the splits that we send it that the model thinks would be interesting. And it kind of gives you a little bit of a write-up or a summary. You'll have the market mispricing section right here. So we take the season rank versus their last 10 rank. So you can see, for example, that the Islanders are looking like they're playing even better defense in terms of goals allowed in their last 10 games. And then Utah has been pretty stable. Goals scored, you can see the Islanders are going down. Utah still, they don't really score a ton of goals. They're 19th. So as you can see, like as I'm just going through this Game Center card, I really haven't even had to dive deeper into this one. This is already ringing some alarm bells that this might be a under opportunity. So you'll see on the analysis, there's like a regression sort of analysis here. So it looks good, but actually bad. That's kind of just trying to tell you something that the market may have mispriced. Again, we're only looking at last 10. There could be other, obviously, different factors that would be put in here, but this is just something that we think is interesting. And then we have prop targets that that the model will come back with. Likely will almost always be overs for skaters. Again, we do have a little bit more of an emphasis with Game Center on props that you want to look at for overs. Eventually, I think we will try to add in some more under stuff here. Goalie saves is the only one you'll probably see over or under in terms of the different shot volume that they'll face. You'll get a crucial stat right here, and then a little bit of a game script, which is, I have fun kind of reading these. These are interesting. They just take a summary basically of everything we pulled up here and give an idea of what that game script would look like. So you can come out here. And again, you can go to any one of these. This is also accessible by mobile. And if you want to add in any of those insights, make sure to check out our angles video, but you can add any of these and that'll go into your angles sheet that you're able to build through there as well.